For the record, this video is strictly for satirical comedy review purposes only. It's Jonathan Royle here of ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, where incidentally you can find a 4-hour free video explaining to you exactly how thought field therapy, emotional freedom technique and other so-called Meridian tapping therapies truly work when they do. It's got nothing to do with meridians, it's got everything to do with the placebo effect and other psychological ploys. In fact, if the people who ran EFT, TFT and other related tapping courses taught their students the real truth of how and why it works, then they would actually get better, more consistent results, as I explain at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Anyway, this video is just to explain to you how I believe Roger Callahan may have, remember it's for satirical comedy purposes, may have come up with the idea for thought field therapy, TFT, which later Gary Craig remodeled, repurposed and changed around so he could do his own profitable training courses and called emotional freedom technique. Anyway, have a look at this. Please imagine the scene that Roger Callahan, the creator of thought field therapy, the tapping technique, is visiting England, London, England, for medical business, and he's in a hotel and he just switches on the television, and when he does, he hears this.
Streets and houses, rainbow climbing high. Everyone can see it smiling over the sky. Paint the whole world with a rainbow.
Yes, he hears and sees that, it catches his attention, and he looks towards the screen. When he looks at that screen, he's caught by two characters. On the left, Zippy. On the right, George, who have this habit of, when they're talking, of putting their hands on different areas of their body, their face, their head, and all over the place. And Zippy, he's always got his hand near his face.
Anyone unhappy? Well, try not to be so...
He just can't resist it, can he, Zippy?
Yes, and you're much...
Always tapping. Here they are in another random clip. Look. They can't help but touch the face, tap, but Zippy's tapping his chin. More tapping. Oh, George is joining. They're all bloody tapping. I'm telling you, this is where he got the idea from. And even Jeffrey, the presenter, gets in on the act with George and Zippy in the background, who are always touching and tapping their face and bodies. And Jeffrey even realised that, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help.
So remember, don't be afraid or shy to ask for help, because you know you'll find that most people are only too glad to help you if they can.
Jeffrey, I need help. Will you tie the puppet's hat on for me? I can't do it by myself.
Of course I will, George. Only too pleased to help you.
For an appropriate hourly fee, so I can take you through just what is just an important seeming ritualistic process with no real effect other than placebo and the fact it gives you permission to change and an excuse to change and all the things you can learn about for free in the 4-hour video at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Yeah, so I reckon Roger Callahan was in a hotel room in London, rainbows on, with Zippy and George, who you've seen, and he suddenly sees Zippy and George having a conversation. Oh, George, Jeffrey, I feel so much better now. Ooh, and he thinks, oh, tapping on different areas of the face could feel better. That's some bullshit that people could buy into, and that's how thought field therapy perhaps, possibly came about. Speaking of thought field therapy, I'll leave you with this final thought. If you go to hypnosisweek.com, you can find an interview I did with Dr. COLIN, a UK mind therapy practitioner who actually paid 100 grand or something to Roger Callahan for the voice technology version technology for thought field therapy. Watch the interview. I confront COLIN and say it's nothing more than a bunch of placebo and ritualistic nonsense, and that's where the real value is in understanding that stuff. have a look at it. While you're at it, have a look at the interview I did with Stephen Travers, who runs Havening for Europe, and how I also point out that that's basically just placebo effect as well. And of course, go to ultimatehypnosiscourse.com and watch the free 4-hour video there where I explain exactly how hypnosis, and indeed pretty much all complementary alternative medical approaches, holistic health approaches, and even conventional medicine actually works the vast majority of the time when it does work. Bye for now.